A quick-to-prepare main dish is always at the top of my menu list.
A quick-to-prepare dish.
From a tasty casserole using leftover rice,
Tasty, tasty.
to a 5-ingredient soup, a crispy slaw-style salad, to a simple dessert cake,
Soup, salad, dessert.
this quick casserole dinner is a sure winner. And Victoria Moran, the Main Street vegan, will join me in the kitchen.
Everything that we have here is just so good for you, starting with this lemon that I was just squeezing.
So stay tuned. It's all here today on Jazzy Vegetarian.
Jazzy, you're gonna be healthy with the Jazzy Vegetarian. Jazzy, so snazzy. We're gonna cook something healthy and light. Jazzy, so snazzy.
So join me in the kitchen right now.
We're gonna cook something healthy and light. That's right.
Vegan ease is my motto for a weeknight meal, and nothing says fast like a quick-to-assemble dish. The center of this menu is a flavorful oven-fried rice casserole that's packed with warming ginger, fresh veggies, and basmati rice. My sweet potato soup gets a jazzy twist with surprising veggie noodles, and carrot, cabbage, and walnut coleslaw provides a colorful and crisp salad. Not to finish the meal, upside-down apple and oat mini-cakes serve double duty as a dessert or nutritious breakfast treat. So stay tuned as I prepare this simple but enticing meal. Let's do the bok choy. Let's do the bok choy. Oh yeah, we're getting crazy in the kitchen today because we're making my oven-fried rice casserole. My husband loves fried rice, and I always feel so guilty when he eats it because it's so laden with so much oil and so many calories. One day I was at the supermarket and I saw this beautiful baby bok choy, and I got to thinking, maybe I could put together some kind of a casserole that would have the feeling, that would have the taste, the texture of that fried rice that hubby loves so much, but I could cook it in the oven. And you know what? It's really fantastic. Not a drop of oil, and it's also a great use of leftover rice. So let's just look at the baby bok choy. You can use the leaf as well as the stalk. So it's really nice to use for this recipe. If you can't find the baby bok choy, you can use the full larger bok choy, but you don't want to use all the green part because it's a little bit too bitter. And in a pinch, if you cannot find bok choy, you could also use a little bit of celery in this dish. That's actually the way my mother would make this. She loves celery. You just want to cut off this very end, keep it all in a bunch, slice into it, holding it together at the leaf end. That's going to make it so you can just cut right through it, and you're going to have an instant large dice. And that's what we're going to do right across. Works really, really well with this. And we're putting in about 1.5 cups of this baby bok choy. Once you get to the leaves, roll them up just like you would with kale or basil. Cut across them just like that. Very, very easy to do. That's the whole thing. And we're going to have about 1.5 cups, which is pretty much one small bunch of the baby bok choy. And you want that to be firmly packed. That's good. You want to pack that firmly in there because the bok choy really is what gives this casserole kind of an Asian flair, kind of gives it the feeling of having that fried rice that you might get in a Chinese restaurant, for example. But let's get to our ginger. This is what fresh ginger root looks like. You want to make sure that it's pretty fresh looking. It might be a little dried at the end, just like this. That's perfectly fine. And it may be a little piece like this, or it may be a big gigandi piece, which would be a very big piece of the root. We're just going to scrape off the skin using the serrated edge of a grapefruit spoon. Much easier than trying to peel it off with, let's say, a carrot peeler, or if you cut it off with a knife, you're just going to cut off too much. I think that's going to make about a tablespoon. Excellent. Now you just want to slice it off. Then you just want to slice it in half lengthwise. That's going to give you a nice firm surface. Make some little slices, keeping the very end intact. That's going to make it so we can very quickly mince this ginger. And I'm just going to slice right through that, just like that. Make sure to keep your fingers out of the way. And then we're just going to cut right across it, just as if we were mincing garlic. Take your knife, and you're just going to rock it back and forth. These recipes today are all in my cookbook. All right, we've got 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. So now we're going to put our casserole together. What I have is 2 cups of cooked brown basmati rice, but you can also use short grain brown rice or long grain brown rice. And it can be warm or it can be cold. You can make your rice earlier in the week, make a big pot of it, keep it in the refrigerator. It's great for making some fabulous recipes all week long. And then broccoli florets. I have 2.5 cups of bite-sized broccoli florets. Just toss those right in there. I've got 1¼ cups of grated carrots. I leave the peels on them if they're organic. Keep some of that nutrition in there. 1½ cups of diced baby bok choy. We've used the leaves and all. Just toss it right in there. 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. 3 cloves of garlic, which we have minced. And I have 3/4 cup of salted roasted cashews. And if you don't care for cashews, you can also use almonds in this. Now I'm going to mix it all together with my little musical spoon. Isn't that cool? You can sing a little song, a little oven-fried rice casserole song while you stir your dish. I think I can come up with something.
Oven-fried rice casserole. Make it in the oven. Make it with cooked rice.
I've got a medium-sized casserole here. So you want to just transfer this right into your casserole. Toss it right in there. Ooh, that is beautiful. And I'm just going to pour 1¼ cups of vegetable broth mixed with 1 teaspoon of low-sodium tamari right over the top of this casserole. We're going to put this into a 400-degree oven, and we're going to bake it for about 45 to 55 minutes. You do want to cover it tightly. And up next, we have quick sweet potato soup. You know I love a good sweet potato. And we have a fabulous guest, Victoria Moran, the Main Street vegan, is going to talk all about, well, being vegan. So you don't want to miss that. Stay tuned. What is a Main Street vegan anyway?
It's kind of like me. I grew up 2 blocks off Main Street in Kansas City, Missouri, and became vegan as a very young woman. And to me, a Main Street vegan is somebody who's just regular and wants to eat plants, save animals, and have a dazzling life.
I love that. We're going to make quick sweet potato soup.
That sounds fun and healthy.
Are you excited?
Excited.
I'm excited to be doing this with you. But first, I do have a question for you. You've been on my radio show before, and we've talked a lot about integrating not only a plant-based diet into our weekly menu plan, but integrating a healthier lifestyle, I think is what I'm trying to say. And how do we do that?
I think that we want to bring in all aspects of our lives. So I have something that I call the MEND program. That is 4 lovely words: meditation, exercise, nourishment, and detoxification.
Let's say someone is very new to meditation. We don't have a lot of time. What is your suggestion for getting started?
Just to take 10 minutes in the morning and be quiet and still.
So we get to the nutrition part of it.
And you have done something that I tell my clients and readers to do, and that is you want your plate, you want your shopping cart to be mostly green with splashes of other bright colors. This is where we get the great nourishment. People don't know that per calorie, dark leafy greens actually have more protein than beef.
Let's continue with this fantastic quick sweet potato soup. And of course, we're using sweet potatoes, which is one of my very favorite things to use in so many things. Maybe you can just start chopping up that sweet potato for us.
Happy to do that.
We are going to peel the sweet potato for this soup, and you're going to cut that into about 1-inch cubes, just like this, while I get on to making our veggie noodles. And what I have is a medium-sized green cabbage. Slice it in half. through the stem end. Lay it flat down on our cutting board, slice across. And you're gonna see how neat this is. You see, as you break it apart, it's little noodles.
Aw.
And when it cooks in the soup, kind of gives you the feeling of having noodles without adding noodles. I guess that's the best way to describe it. I'm gonna do a little more. And we're gonna have about 4 cups of these cabbage noodles. And you see how they have cut just like noodles. Talk a little bit about the sweet potato and all the veggies we have in this soup.
Oh, yeah. Well, sweet potatoes are incredible, and so many people say, oh, but aren't they very sweet? But they're actually much lower in sugar than an Irish potato. They're also anti-inflammatory. Sweet potatoes have vitamin B6, which lowers homocysteine. We know homocysteine is not a good thing for one's heart. Sweet potatoes contain magnesium. Some experts say that up to 80% of Americans are short on magnesium. And one of the many things that mineral does for us is help with calmness and help with the brain working better.
Oh, I could definitely use calmness and better brain function.
Then we better eat some soup.
We're gonna eat some soup. What I have here now is 3 nice stalks of celery with the leaves. We want the leaves. They're gonna help to flavor this soup. And we're just gonna slice them right up. And you can slice all 3 stalks together. Of course, you wanna wash them first. Okay, let's put your sweet potatoes in there. Then we just have some fresh parsley. I'm gonna measure this out. What we want is about 1/2 cup of fresh chopped parsley. So we're just gonna put this over medium-high heat, and we're gonna add 6 cups of veggie broth. We're gonna cover it and bring it to a simmer. And then we're gonna decrease the heat to medium-low, and then we're gonna cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes. Then we're gonna add our fresh chopped parsley, cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna be ready to taste our sweet potato soup.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Up next, I have my apple and oat mini-cakes. Stay tuned. Upside down apple and oat mini-cakes. Only 7 ingredients. This is a great one that you can get the kids or the grandkids involved with in the kitchen because it's so easy to do. I do like a nice classic red delicious for this. You could even use a green apple if you wanted to. And I'm just going to level off the bottom. I'm going to use an apple core. It kind of makes it easy for taking the center out of an apple. And then we're just going to slice these very thinly. And this is great for an after-school snack. It's really great for breakfast, too, because what we have in here is all the stuff you would have in a very healthy breakfast. That smells good. Looks so pretty, doesn't it, too? And we're adding a tablespoon of pure maple syrup. And you're just going to mix that together. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. A little bit of spice always makes everything very, very nice. And I've got 1 6-cup jumbo muffin tin, which we have lightly coated with vegan margarine. And here's the fun part. We're just going to arrange 1/6 of these apple slices in the bottom of each of these jumbo muffin cups.
Apple slices, cinnamon too, maple syrup is good for you. Put them in the bottom of the jumbo muffin cups. Jumbo muffin cups.
Now I've got some of this nice juice here. Just divide a little bit of it into each of these apples. That's going to keep those apples nice and moist. Now we need to make the cakey part of our apple and oat mini cakes. And we're going to begin with 2 cups of sliced bananas. So that's what's going to be taking the place of our butter. The bananas are also going to be taking place of the eggs in this recipe. All right. That's 1 cup of sliced bananas. Now we need a 2nd cup. So we have 2 cups of thinly sliced bananas, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and I've mashed it up with a potato masher to resemble our butter. It's actually taking the place of our butter, our eggs, our oil, and our sugar in this recipe. And then 1 cup of rolled oats. That looks good. I smell that soup. I think it's time to add our parsley. Give it a little stir. Oh, that is beautiful. Wow. Look how these cabbage slices have cooked down and they're making it so it's kind of like noodles. Now we want to add 1/2 cup of freshly chopped parsley. And at this point, we're going to let it cook, for another 5, even up to 15 minutes before we serve it. So we're back to our apple and oat mini cakes. And now we're adding 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of raisins. You can use dark raisins. You can also use the golden raisins. And then we're adding 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts. Fold those raisins and the walnuts into our flourless batter. And I got my handy-dandy cookie scoop. Divide this batter evenly amongst these jumbo cups.
Oatmeal, raisins, bananas too. Add some walnuts, they're so good for you. Put them in the bottom of the jumbo muffin cups. Put them in the bottom of the jumbo.
This recipe is in my cookbook, so you just want to smooth out the tops that are actually going to be the bottom and make it so these are going to stand upright once we turn them out. We've preheated the oven to 375 degrees, and we're going to bake these for anywhere between 25 and 30 minutes until they are firm to the touch and just slightly golden around the edges. Then you want to take them out, put them on a wire rack.
They're so good for you.
Well, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'll show you how we plate them up. It's pretty exciting. But what's also pretty exciting is coming up next. Victoria Moran is going to help me make coleslaw. So stay tuned. I'm here making the carrot and cabbage and walnut coleslaw with Victoria Moran. Am I meditating yet?
Culinary meditation.
Well, I'm excited about making this carrot, cabbage, and walnut coleslaw. I'm going to get you squeezing this lemon for me while I cut the romaine lettuce. Just got 4 leaves stacked up here. Going to roll it up just like we're going to be slicing kale, and I'm going to cut it straight across. But while I do this, talk a little bit about this salad and what the health benefits might be.
Everything that we have here is just so good for you, starting with this lemon that I was just squeezing. Do you know that if you use a vitamin C-rich food like lemon with an iron-rich food, it makes that iron more absorbable, particularly important for young women. Now here you have English walnuts. English walnuts have a very nice omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, very high in the omega-3 that we're looking for. Then you've got your cabbage. Cabbage protects the brain with those anthocyanins, with the vitamin K. It's also a very high vitamin C food, and because we're going to be doing a slaw, you get to keep all the vitamin C. Cabbage is great steamed, baked, but when it's raw, you really get the full vitamin C component.
I did not know that. We're going to do our dressing. And we're starting off with that 1 lemon that Victoria juiced for us. So you're just going to juice a medium lemon. Pour it right into your blender. And we have 2 tablespoons of sesame tahini, 2 tablespoons of spring water, and then 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/16 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You could do a little more if you wanted to. That is just perfect. So now we're going to put our coleslaw together, and you're going to help me.
Goody.
What we have here is 1½ cups of thinly sliced red cabbage, 2 cups of thinly sliced romaine lettuce. We have 1/3 of a cup of chopped walnuts, 2 medium carrots, grated, and then 1 small onion, which we have diced. And then we're just going to stir it all together. Isn't that beautiful?
It really is.
Those colors are fabulous.
Each one of the colors of the produce contains different antioxidants, different phytochemicals, so that you know when you're eating the rainbow, you're getting a vast array of these disease-preventing properties. And the plant kingdom is so vast that if there are certain kinds of plant foods that you don't like, you can give them a try every now and then, but eat the ones that you love, and you're going to be getting all the good stuff.
So I love everything that's in this slaw.
Yes.
And the thing that's just a little bit different is that sliced romaine, but I know you're going to want to give this a try. And then we have this tahini dressing that we're just going to pour right over the top, just like that.
That's a nice mayonnaise-y dressing style consistency.
Now we're just going to coat every bit of this slaw. I'm going to add a little bit of freshly ground sea salt, a little bit of freshly ground pepper, and we're just going to let this sit to let the flavors marry at room temperature for about 10 minutes before we serve it. Well, I'm going to plate up those apple and oat cakes, and then Victoria Moran and I are going to get back in the kitchen and, well, we're the lucky two that get to taste it.
We are lucky.
Yes, so please stay tuned. We've taken them out of the oven, and you want to let them cool about 15 minutes. Right when you take them out of the oven, you want to just loosen the sides. So when you turn them upside down, they come out. So I like to take a rack, turn the rack right on top, just like that. Then I'm just going to flip it over. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, yeah. Aren't they pretty? And a few little pieces are always going to stay on the bottom. So what you want to do, just kind of fill in the gaps on your apple and oat mini cakes, just like that. Anytime you see a little bit of apple missing, you're just going to replace it right on there. And while they're nice and warm, we're going to glaze them with just a little bit more of that maple syrup. And it's just going to add that pop of sugar that we might be craving. And I'm going to get these plated up on this beautiful plate. We're going to put out all the food, plate everything up, and yep, Victoria and I get to taste it. So stay tuned. Look at this beautiful rainbow of colors in my quick casserole dinner. Isn't it beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
And we do have carrot, cabbage, and walnut coleslaw. Look at how we've plated this up family style over here. And then I have little individual servings, which I've done for Victoria and I. It's great to put a little pop of lemon right over the top. And we're just going to give it a taste. Wow.
The extra lemon really gives it a zing.
Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is so fresh tasting. Well, you helped make that. You did a great job. Now look at our soup. A little bit of that sweet potato, celery.
Oh, that's exquisite. And it has such a deep flavor. I remember years ago a chef saying to me, "You can't make soup without chicken stock." And we've learned since then you can make extraordinary soups with vegetable stock, and this is one.
You really can. Thank you so much. Now I'm just so excited to taste this fried rice casserole that we did in the oven. All we need to do is give it a taste.
Ooh. If you're used to fried rice being fried, you would not miss that oily sense. This is good just as it is. And there's a little oil in the cashews.
Because it's baked in the oven, everything here is taking in moisture as it bakes. So it's nice and moist, it's nice and flavorful, and you don't miss the oil. I have to take one more bite. Now, I've been so excited about these little tea cakes. Oh. Look at how pretty these are. Plate one up for Victoria right now. Gonna get one for myself. And you never have to feel guilty about eating these upside down apple and oat cakes because there's no oil in them. There's actually no flour in them. Just a little bit of natural sweetener from a little bit of maple syrup, but most of that sweetener comes from the bananas and from the raisins.
Oh, I love the texture before I even taste it.
It's almost like a little cookie cake. That's nice.
Oh, heavens, yes.
Wow. Absolutely love it. I want to thank you so much for joining me and Victoria Moran today while we prepared a simple but delicious weekday menu. And so the next time you're seeking quick dinner recipes to please your brood, I hope you'll look to the recipes on today's show. So until next time, be happy, be healthy, and
be well.
From the Jazzy Vegetarian.
Visit our website at jazzyvegetarian.com to connect with Laura, see video clips, find your favorite recipes, and more. Follow Laura on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Laura Theodore's Vegan Ease includes all of the recipes featured this season and is available for $26.95. The cookbook is enhanced with over 200 beautiful full-color photos and features complete menu plans, shopping lists, and more than 130 recipes. For information or to order, visit jazzyvegetarian.com.
Change. Change.
Where do we go from here?